At one time or another, most humans wonder what happens when you die. Well, renowned psychic Sylvia Browne has just written a brand new book about that very topic. I've got it in my hands. I read it all night last night. It is called The Afterlives of the Rich and Famous. It's about the transitions of the likes of people like Paul Newman, Marilyn Monroe, even Heath Ledger. And we are so pleased and honored to welcome Sylvia Browne to New Mexico Style this morning to talk about the book. Good morning, Sylvia. What an honor to have you with us.
Oh, thank you, dear. It's an honor to be with you, Nikki. Very, very grateful.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sylvia, I've been a fan of yours for many years, but reading your book, I really got a feeling of calm about what happens when you die. And I feel like that's one of the first messages I just want the audience to know is it really makes you feel like everything's going to be okay.
Absolutely, and everything continues forever and a day. It's eternity, you know.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk about your spirit guide because it's a process, and I think it's important that we relay that to the viewers. What is the process for you with your spirit guide?
Well, I've known about her, although I know she's been with me like yours has, from the time that we were born, but I didn't hear her till I was about 5 years old.
Wow.
And she gave me, you know, all kinds of information. She never helps me, by the way, but she certainly is a fountain of knowledge for everybody else, you know.
Absolutely. Well, when people cross over, there's a series of steps they go through, and you talk about it in the book, everything from the tunnel to the left door, the holding place. Can you talk a little bit about that and explain it to people what you mean by those places that you go?
Well, we call the left door, that's for the dark entities. You know, like Hitler or Dahmer or whoever. And then they get absorbed back into God. So they don't keep their individuality like you and I do.
Right, right.
But most of us, then we just go to the scanning machine when we go over to the other side. We look and see what we want to do, and then we make the choice of whether we're going to come back or not.
Well, you have described a lot of the different viewpoints from many celebrities that we have loved and cherished over the years, including Marilyn Monroe. Tell people how she views fame from the other side.
Well, like my guide said, every time they see her, she's got a book in her hand. So she's a ferocious reader, researcher. And she was very, very happy to see Joe DiMaggio. Because whether anybody believes this or not, that was really her love.
Oh, sure. And I think that's one of the things I wanted to mention also about the book is a lot of things we wondered about a lot of these celebrities, the questions are answered.
Exactly.
I love that feeling, including Michael Jackson. Tell everybody what his transition was like.
Very, very quick. And then he wanted to do a concert right away.
He was carrying
he started organizing. Yeah, he was going to do 52 cities or something. So when he got over there, he was raring to go.
I love it. I love it. And one of the things you said about Princess Diana I thought was very interesting is that she never talks about how she died in that fatal crash. Tell us a little bit about her process.
No, she went very quick, but I don't know why she was hesitant about that. Maybe she thought it was going to cause controversy or something, but she said she just went so quick, you know. And all those stories about that she said, leave me alone and all that, I couldn't get out of my guide that that was the truth at all.
Interesting. Well, Heath Ledger was another one who died very quickly and unexpectedly. What is he doing on the other side?
He's doing a lot of holistic work, you know, like a lot of healing and massage and, you know, a lot of holistic, not orthodox, but, you know, sort of, you know, the old time, you know.
Well, he had a special message to
remedies.
His family. Didn't he also want to let his family know something special as well?
Yeah, he really wanted them to know that it was all right and that he didn't mean to do it, you know.
Wow.
I think he was very, very concerned about, some of them do mean to do it, but, you know, very concerned that he didn't actually have it in his mind. I think it was accidental.
And speaking of accidents, somebody else you talk about is John Kennedy Jr. and how his father felt when he did not choose a career in politics. And they had a little reuniting out on the other side. Tell us about that.
Well, he was more interested, honest to God, in meeting all the family than anything else. And, you know, like I've said, he's got almost more family over there than he does down here.
Absolutely.
But he's very interested to see his mother, you know, and his father. You know, he was just thrilled to death to be reunited with them.
It's so nice, and like I said, very comforting to hear a lot of these stories. You also wrote that Nicole Smith was only in her second incarnation as a human being, which was really interesting because you also made that that observation. That's why she was so naive.
Yeah, she was like an innocent. You know what I mean? She was, she just didn't know, and I was so upset when she was obsessing about Daniel, you know, when her son died. And she said, I think he's lost. And I wanted so bad to get to her and say he's not lost. Nobody's lost.
Isn't that a great thing?
But of course I couldn't get to her.
But now she's with him again.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a good thing. And Grace
and
Kelly.
And she also looks in on her baby girl.
Oh, yes, little, what's her name now? I'm forgetting now her little name. Anna Nicole Smith's daughter. Well, yeah, she's Danny Lynn, that's it. Came to me. Danny Lynn, she's a little doll. Now, I wanted to go back. I was about to ask you about Grace Kelly because I was curious how she felt about her life's leading role as Princess Grace.
She said that it was a very, very hard role in this life. You know, I think she had an idea when she was that age, very much like Di, that, you know, she was going to be a princess and it was going to be all glamour, and no, it wasn't. It was a very, very difficult life.
Well, there's a lot of reunions going on in the afterlife and a lot of good things happening. And again, I think this book will give a lot of people comfort to know what's happened to their favorite celebrities and what could be for them one day as well. And the book, of course, is called Afterlives of the Rich and Famous. Sylvia Browne, thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you so much, dear, for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.